On Valentine's Day in the year 2000, in a small town called Shelby, North Carolina, something happened that still doesn't make sense. A 9-year-old girl, a shy, straight-A fourth grader who loved basketball and never wanted anyone mad at her, was sound asleep in her bed at 2:30 in the morning. By 6:15 that same morning, she was gone. So was her backpack. No sign of forced entry, no broken window, no struggle. The family dog never barked. And here's what makes it even stranger. Sometime around 4 a.m. in the middle of a cold driving rainstorm, at least two different truck drivers say they saw a little girl walking alone along a rural highway more than a mile from her home, walking in the opposite direction. Her name was Asha Degree. She has never been found. And for 25 years, this case sat as one of the most haunting unsolved child disappearances in America. Until very recently, it didn't stay quiet anymore. Before we continue, comment below. What do you think really happened to Asha that night? To understand how strange this case is, you have to understand who Asha Degree was. She lived with her parents, Harold and Aquila Degree, and her older brother in a quiet apartment in the Fallston community, just outside Shelby, North Carolina. Friends and teachers described her as sweet, competitive, and generous. The kind of kid who'd give you the shirt off her back and hated the idea of anyone being upset with her. She was a strong student. She played basketball. The night before she vanished, her team had lost a close game. Asha had fouled out, and her team fell by a single point. Her mother later said Asha seemed disappointed, but by the next morning the family had gone to church together as usual. Nothing about that Sunday suggested anything was wrong. February 14th wasn't just an ordinary Monday either. It was Valentine's Day, and it was also her parents' wedding anniversary. By all accounts, it was just another quiet night in a quiet home. Nobody had any reason to believe anything was coming. At around 2:30 a.m. on February 14th, 2000, Asha's father, Harold, checked in on Asha and her older brother, who shared a bedroom. Both kids were sound asleep. Sometime in the hours after that, Asha got up, got dressed, and packed her backpack, apparently on her own, without her parents' knowledge. Investigators later said the contents looked like something a child would pack herself, not what a parent would prepare for a trip. Then she left the apartment, quietly, without waking anyone. At approximately 4 a.m., in the middle of a cold rainstorm with gusting wind, at least two separate truck drivers driving along North Carolina Highway 18 reported seeing a young girl matching Asha's description, walking alone along the road more than a mile from her home, heading in the opposite direction from where she lived. One driver said that when he circled back to check on her, she left the roadside and ran into the woods. He never saw her again. At 6:15 a.m., Asha's mother, Aquila, went to wake her children for school. Asha's bed was empty. So was the spot where her backpack should have been. There was no sign that anyone had broken in. No sign of a struggle. Nothing to explain why a 9-year-old girl would walk out of her home alone in the freezing rain in the middle of the night. If you saw a 9-year-old girl walking alone on a rural highway at 4 a.m. in a rainstorm, would you have known something was wrong? The driver who tried to check on her said it plainly. She ran, not wandered, not stumbled. She ran into the tree line and disappeared into the dark as if she didn't want to be seen or didn't want to be caught. That single detail has haunted investigators for 25 years. A frightened child running toward help usually runs toward the road, toward headlights, toward people. Asha ran away from them. Some witnesses also described seeing a dark green, older model car in the area, Around the same time, a detail investigators wouldn't publicly connect to the case until years later, when they revealed that Asha may have been pulled into that vehicle. And then nothing. No confirmed sighting, no phone call, no trace of a 9-year-old girl anywhere in Cleveland County. She had simply vanished into a rainy February night. The disappearance of a 9-year-old triggered an immediate, massive response. Search teams, bloodhounds, and volunteers combed the woods and roadside around Highway 18 for days. But almost immediately, investigators hit a wall. There was no scent trail for the search dogs to follow past a certain point. There was no forced entry at the home. The only leads were second-hand accounts from passing drivers in the middle of the night. Still, a few details stood out and would end up defining the case for decades. The mysterious backpack Asha had packed herself, containing items that didn't fully make sense. The report that she ran from a driver trying to help her. The unconfirmed sighting of a dark, older model green car in the area. The case went national. Asha's family appeared on television, pleading for information. A billboard went up along Highway 18, near the spot where she was last seen. And still nothing. At this point, what do you think is most likely? She was abducted by a stranger. Someone she knew was involved. She left on her own for reasons still unknown, something else entirely. Comment your theory below. For years, 3 competing theories shaped how people understood this case. Some believed Asha left home on her own, that something, maybe the basketball game, maybe something else entirely, had upset her enough to run away. Her packed backpack seemed to support this. But investigators were always quick to point out a hard problem with this theory. 9-year-olds don't typically plan solo overnight escapes in freezing rain. And even if she had, it doesn't explain what happened after she ran into those woods. Others theorize Asha may have planned to meet someone, possibly an adult she knew, or believed she knew, and that whoever it was never intended to bring her home. The unexplained green car sighting fed this theory for years. The darkest theory was that Asha's presence on that road at that hour was pure misfortune, that she encountered someone she'd never met before at exactly the wrong moment. For nearly 25 years, none of these theories could be confirmed. Each one explained a piece of the puzzle. None of them explained all of it. In August 2001, a year and a half after Asha disappeared, construction workers digging near a home site in neighboring Burke County, about 26 miles north of where she was last seen, found a backpack wrapped inside 2 black trash bags. It was Asha's. The discovery should have cracked the case wide open. Instead, it deepened the mystery. When investigators finally revealed some of the bag's contents years later, in 2018, the items made no sense at all. Inside was a children's book, Dr. Seuss's McElligot's Pool, checked out from Asha's own elementary school library, and a t-shirt from a New Kids on the Block concert. Neither item belonged to Asha. Investigators have never been able to explain who put them there or why. To this day, they've asked the public for help identifying where that shirt and that book came from, hoping someone out there remembers. Be honest, do you think this case will ever truly be solved? For most of its history, this case sat cold. But in the last 2 years, everything changed. In September 2024, the FBI and the Cleveland County Sheriff's Office executed search warrants on properties connected to a local family, the Deadmans, based on what officials described as physical evidence directly tied to Asha's disappearance. A green 1964 AMC Rambler with front-end damage was towed from one of the properties. According to those warrants, investigators now believe Asha was the victim of a homicide and that her body has been deliberately concealed. In February 2025, additional search warrants revealed DNA evidence. A hair found on Asha's undershirt was linked to one woman connected to the family, and DNA from another individual who had lived on the family's property and died in 2004 was found on items associated with the case. Two sisters from the family were reportedly teenagers at the time of Asha's disappearance, and investigators believe adult involvement would have been necessary. It's important to say plainly, as of this video, no one has been arrested and no charges have been filed. The family named in these warrants has publicly denied any connection to Asha's disappearance. The reward for information leading to a conviction now stands at $100,000, funded jointly by the FBI, the State Bureau of Investigation, and the Cleveland County Sheriff's Office. For Asha's parents, the last 25 years have been an act of relentless hope. Her mother has said publicly, more than once, that she still believes her daughter could be alive and that she won't accept anything less than certainty. There is still no arrest, still nobody, still no final answer. The case of Asha Degree is a reminder that some mysteries don't resolve neatly. Even after 25 years, even after new evidence, even after a community refuses to stop asking questions. A 9-year-old girl walked out of her home into a rainstorm and never came back. And for a quarter of a century, the world has been left to wonder why. What makes this case so haunting isn't just what happened that February night. It's how close investigators now believe they finally are and how much still remains unconfirmed. Somewhere, someone knows the whole truth. Whether that truth ever fully comes to light is still an open question. If you had to solve this case yourself, where would you start? Share your first move in the comments. If this case moved you the way it moved us, please like this video, subscribe to Crime Vault, turn on notifications so you never miss a case. We post new true crime investigations every week, unsolved disappearances, cold cases, and real investigations, still searching for the truth. And if you have any information about Asha Degree's disappearance, you can contact the FBI at 1-800-CALL-FBI or the Cleveland County Sheriff's Office directly. 25 years later, her family is still waiting to bring her home. Some stories never really end. They just wait for someone to finally speak up.